Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Zahara. I'm a social worker from PPIS Family Service Center.
And I'm Saleha from PPIS Vista Sakinah.
So it has been almost 4 weeks we are in circuit breaker. Correct, Saya?
And I think ever since COVID-19 hit us, there's been so many changes and it's been a very difficult time for a lot of people.
That's right, and it's impacting us in more ways than one, psychologically, financially, emotionally, and even spiritually.
Right, and this is happening not just in Singapore, it's happening globally.
Yes, like it's also affecting our neighbors, our friends in America, and even in Europe, right?
And I think if we look at it, from individuals, the individual's perspective, there's so much changes and everybody's trying to make sense about what's going on. And there's a lot of feelings of anxiety, fear, frustration, anger, upset. There's just a lot of things going on for individuals.
That's true, and for family too. For family, what we are seeing is children on HPL, home-based learning, and individual, even parents like us, we are working from home. And the only way we are connecting to one another is through social media. And when we need a lot of support as a family, we tend to rely on our grandparents and stuff like that, our extended family. We find it so frustrating because the only way we can connect with them is through social media. Yeah. And what do you see in terms of the community then?
In terms of the community, there's so many changes. Like you go out and there's markers
here and there.
Yes,
that's true.
People are doing a lot more delivery,
social distancing.
And we're so careful about our hygiene and sanitization, and our elderly, they're getting. We're trying to minimize them going out, and we're also allowing them to go to supermarkets a little earlier, so that they can be kept as safe as possible.
And we are trying to adapt in terms of how we connect with them. Just like recently Mother's Day celebration, I celebrate Mother's Day on Zoom with them.
And my family, we can't even go to the masjid for Tarawih and Ramadan. It's such a special time, but we are restricted. So my family is even having iftar via Zoom.
So this is during the circuit breaker period, and even post circuit breaker, I think things will continue to be the same. There will still be a lot of changes, and then we have to adapt, and we have to adapt very fast.
So, and in dealing with a lot of the issues and the families that we work with, the couples that we meet, and the clients that we face, I think PPIS is coming together. Our social workers, our family therapists, we're coming together to come up with free videos. So in these 3 videos, we're looking at our individuals, we're looking at families, and we're looking at our community.
That's right.
So for the individuals, I think we've got the first C.
That's right.
What's really important is that we're looking at
self-coherence, right? Making meaning about what's happening around us. There's some challenges that we face as an individual, and maybe the way to go about it is to seek spiritual solace. But what I'm facing mainly is the kind of news that you get. You're bombarded with a lot of news, some fake news. So you must make sure that you get the factual correct, the source from the reliable organizations like Ministry of Health and stuff like that. And we want to achieve, we want to achieve something out of this self-coherence. Sakinah.
That's right.
Sakinah, mind, heart, and soul.
That's right. And for the second C, we're looking at connection. Because as a family, you have to tolerate each other. Those who are living together. And then those who are distant, you miss each other so much. So what kind of communication and connection do you need in this kind of climate? How do you make sense of the Zoom calls that you make, or what kind of tolerance and kindness you can have within the family?
That's right.
So through the connection, we want to talk about what needs to happen for us to reach a state of mawaddah. Having affection and love within the family.
Precisely. And for the third C, we are looking at cohesion, focusing on how the community can come together and support one another. The concept of gotong royong, right? Where we come in and we help those in need, making sure that nobody is left behind, especially during this period and our post-circuit breaker period. So with the 3 C's, let's invite them. Let's invite them to view the videos, which will be on the 21st of May. That's for the coherence.
That's right, for the individuals.
That's right, individual mastery skills that we can give some practical tips on. And then on the 26th of May, which is the second video, that we're going to talk a little bit about connection, this concept of mawaddah. and developing family mastery.
Yes.
And the third video, which is in the Shawwal just after Ramadan, which is on the 28th of May, where we'll talk about cohesion, community mastery, how the community can continue to provide and support one another in order to reach out for those who are in need.
And I think this is to exemplify the value of Rahmah.
That's right.
So come join us in the conversations on 21st May, 26th May and 28th May as we discover how do we maintain coherence, how do we find connection, and how do we build cohesion in our individuals, in our families, and in the community.
Yeah. So during this period of post-circuit breaker, take this opportunity to rediscover and reflect, and also to recuperate and to seize the opportunities in front of us. We are confident that we can develop this resilience in individual, family, as well as the community, because we are the community of success. We would like to celebrate
all our strengths and all the skills that we've learned. We've survived 4 weeks, we can go more. We're going to discover new things, we're going to find new ways of adapting, new changes, new challenges, but also new successes.
And this is what we call the new normal. Thank you.